Hello, this is Chef Matt here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some tips and tricks for piping. Just a couple of easy things to help you work on your skills. Now, in the video, I think we're using a half sheet pan, which is 16 by 12. Okay, so when we have the paper that we're going to be putting on top of there, what I recommend doing is folding the paper in half, like so, and then folding it in half again, like so. Now, when we open it up, we have 4 lines. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler and a marker, and these lines, we're going to put a border on each side of them. Okay, so we're going to do about ½ an inch on each side of the line. So we're going to do 1 line there and 1 line here. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on each of my other folded lines. But I don't have to put my ruler right on top of the line. I'm going to give myself a little bit more room. So I'm going to go about ½ an inch above the fold. So see, my ruler is there, but I'm going to give it about ½ an inch. Okay, so ½ an inch there. And another about ½ an inch there. And then we need a border on the edge. Okay, so now I've got half my paper done. We're going to do the clears from here to here, and then from here to here. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, I can, if I want, I can just trace it over like that. So about a ½ an inch on this side of this fold, about a ½ an inch on, maybe less, on this side of this fold, and a little bit less than ½ an inch on the edge for our border. And voila. Okay, beautiful. Now, when we put our paper down, be sure to put the paper that actually has the ink side on it, the marker side, face down. Because if you pipe on top of the marker, the eclair will pick it up like silly putty. So you'll have black marker on your eclairs, which we do not want. So now we're going to take our pan and put it on our sheet pan. Our half paper and put it on a sheet pan. Yeah, that. Okay, now let's talk about how to fill a piping bag. To fill a piping bag, you don't have to have a tip in here to cut it, to pipe with it. You can. This is an 808 tip, which is a little bit smaller than a nickel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this so it's about the size of that tip, a little bit more. All right, and this is the disposable piping bag that I have. So I open it up. If I want to use the tip, then I put the tip in now. And I need to make sure that the tip is actually clearing the bag. Okay, if it's not, I can mark it. Like so, and then come back, drop my tip out of there, like so, and then go back and cut it off right there at my line. And we're going to cut carefully with the sharp scissors so that it does not leave a jagged edge. Okay. Tip goes into the bag, and now we have our tip that clears the bag, which is what we want. All right. Now to fill our bag, trash away. Okay, to fill our bag, before we fill our bag with the product to pipe with, you're going to pretend like this is a sword because we want to cover your hand to protect it, like so. But I don't want you to just do that. We're in a dark shirt. I want you to clean it up. Now, if you've ever watched the Olympics, when they do the fencing events, when they fight with the swords, that is what we're looking for. We're looking for a handle like that that protects our hand. Okay? We don't want it all crinkled up because anywhere we get had a shoe on this, it's going to make a mess. Now, when we fill our bag, we're going to take it and like shove it down in there. Okay? We're only going to go about halfway. It is so much faster to fill it halfway and pipe that out than to try to fill it a lot fuller and pipe that out. It's not going to work. Trust me. Please trust me on this. Fill it halfway and then pipe. Okay? So, I do not have actual pat a shoe, but I have mashed potatoes, which is very similar to the consistency we're supposed to be using. So I'm going to take my paddle, my spatula, and I'm going to shove it down in there. Okay? Like so. Now, I could put more in there, but I really wouldn't go more than this. See how much is in there? Great. Now, I'm going to push this down the best I can, like so. I'm going to hold it right here, and now I'm going to twist this. This twisting is what keeps the dough moving this way and not this way out the back of the bag. Okay? Great. Now, when we get ready to pipe our pat choux onto our sheet pan, one thing we need to do, we need to put a little bit, just teeny tiny bit. This is going to glue your paper down because if I don't glue it down as I am piping, the paste will stick to the paper and pull it up. It also keeps it from blowing around in the oven if you're working with a convection oven. So just that much. Okay? And remember, our marker side is down. Now, when we pipe, we're going to be coming in at a 45-degree angle. If straight up and down is a 90-degree angle, we're going at a 40-degree angle, 45-degree angle. Okay? We're going to start here. Press, 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 stop, and then we'll swirl it off. Okay? Now, things we want to avoid are we do not want to do the long pull. Okay? We also don't want to do the I need to make my eclairs bigger. No, the size of the tip is what dictates how big our eclairs are going to be. Now here's the beautiful thing about eclairs and choux paste when you're working with it. Just like mashed potatoes, if I am not happy with what I've piped, I can take it up, put it back in my bowl with my other stuff, and then pipe it out again. Just because you've piped it out one time does not mean that that is it. And this stuff is very forgiving. Now, before I forget, I'm going to tell you, only make half of the recipe, okay? Only make half the recipe because it's just too much. It's just too much. Even though we need it for next week, still only make half, okay? And then pipe out one sheet pan full of eclairs. Hopefully you'll get about a dozen of these eclairs that are about 3 inches. Yep, right at 3 inches. So 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. Again, one more time. Start, 45-degree angle, get it started, and then that one's a little skinny, so we're going to do a little bit more. I'm going to press a little bit harder and drag a little bit slower. That one's better. That one's better. Now, last thing I'm going to tell you about before I tell you guys, oh, this is how you empty out the bag. You do this, and then you use your thumb to push it out back into the bowl with the other eclair paste, the other shoe paste. Then when I get ready to fill my bag again, I do the exact same thing again. Okay? And shove it down in there. Twist it off. And then I need to burp my bag. Chances are there's probably an air pocket in there. We just want to make sure that we're not going to have a blowout when we're piping with it. And pipe. It takes practice. Other things we want to make sure we don't have it too close to the paper. Also, don't have it too high above the paper. All right? You can always scrape these back up and do them again. Last thing I want to tell you guys. When this goes into the oven, this is leavened only by steam. So you want to make sure your oven is very hot when you put your pâte à choux paste in there to bake it. We want the reaction of it going in to create a lot of steam to make these rise. Okay? I hope this helps. Welcome to the wonderful world of pâte à choux. And that is all I got for you today. Y'all have a great one. Happy piping.